How's it going, everybody? My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan.
We are the Huber Rebels, and this is the Huber Rebels podcast, where we talk about what games we've been playing, what movies we've been watching, and all of the interesting news under the entertainment sun. If you like our show, you can help us out by liking, sharing, and rating this podcast. But if you really want to join the rebellion, you can subscribe to the Huber Rebels YouTube channel and support us on patreon.com/Huber Rebels, where you'll find extended shows, old unposted videos, and much more to come in the future. It's been a while since we did this.
Very long while.
It's been over a month. We've taken a long break before, and it was towards the end of last year. And I don't know if that was just because of
life,
holiday busyness or whatever. You could definitely attribute this break to life as well. I've been in a weird funk lately, different from other people. Like I'm doing well. I'm working. I'm staying active. I've felt very discouraged about making content on here, even though I really want to. But I'm ready to. I'm really ready to do this for real, and I know we can do this. And so I'm sorry it's been so long to you and to everybody, but let's get back at it.
I've just been getting ducks in a row, getting things sorted, still settling
How many
into
ducks
this
do you have?
apartment now. 11 ducks
Not
so
bad.
far. Yeah,
Not bad.
it fluctuates up and down each day. They come and go.
I just wanted to show you real quick, relevant to the situation that we're in. I have this beer. It is a passion fruit Kolsch by Hop Capital Brewing. I believe the beer is called This Is Fine.
Yes, This Is Fine.
But it's a little hop, and he's in a burning room. There's Corona all over the place. There's killer bees.
Not Corona beer, coronavirus.
Right. Australia's on fire.
California's on fire.
But he's dealing with it because he's drinking a beer. So I thought it was relevant. I'm gonna drink that during this first part of the show.
That hop looks suspiciously like something else.
It always does. Every time I see it on beer, it always looks that way, and I think it just does look that way. I think they are that kind of related, Just
apparently.
Weird. So because one is more accepted than the other.
You mentioned the holidays last year, and
yes.
that I was looking at this and I was going to mention this, and it was around that time. So this is random. So Disney Plus launched 317 days ago. Right. We're just going to go through some time weird stuff because we're in this weird time loop where it's hard to imagine how much time has passed.
Right.
So 317 days since Disney Plus launched. 280 days since the Game Awards. Those are already coming up again.
I can't wait to see what those will be like this year.
They're working on it. I'm real curious what it's going to be like. I'm sure we're going to have some big announcements. 279 days. It was the day after since Rise of the Skywalker. 279.
I'm sorry, 279 days since Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
It felt like it was going to be an eternity until that movie came out.
And we've lived that equal eternity since it.
That's insane.
Hey, but at least we have Mandalorian Season 2 coming soon.
Very true. Very soon.
You want to know the next thing that I have on here? The last time I got a haircut.
Yeah.
236 days ago.
You know the exact day?
I just put it in there because I went in my card and I was like, when was the last time I paid for a haircut? And I had done this a while back when I was like, it was 4 months or whatever. Right. And I'm like, what is it at now? And it's 236 days. That is a big number.
Well, you haven't gotten a haircut in that long, but I don't know if you can tell. My hair is different.
I can tell it's different. I can't tell exactly what's going on.
You and I are now in the same hair color bracket.
Did you dye your hair?
My hair is blonde.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So that I thought it was lighting.
It's not. It is hard to tell with the colors and everything.
But I could also tell. I just wasn't sure what I was seeing.
And you also knew that something was coming because I had the webcam hidden, but the reveal didn't work as well as I wanted it to.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, it's all the red and the blue.
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. I got bored. Well, actually, that's not true. It is kind of true. I've been wanting to dye my hair for a very long time, probably for over a year.
It looks good.
But I was always scared to do it.
Yeah.
I kept checking out, or it like wasn't the right time. But like then quarantine happens, and like we weren't allowing people in the store. I'm like, now's a good time to do it. Like, I could dye my hair pink, and it wouldn't really matter. Still chickened out. And then recently I've just been like kind of feeling it, and I was about to bail again, and one of my old coworkers who like dyes hair and stuff, she was like, I had asked her if she would do it. We had set a day, and she texted me. She said, "Are we still doing this?" And then she called me, and I didn't answer, and I was about to like bail and flake like I always do. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And so I called her back, and I went over, and she bleached my hair, and I'm very happy with it.
Wait, you bleached it?
Yeah.
I've literally, so I don't know if I ever did it.
I remember you and Robin doing it.
So my mom started that trend back when we were kids, and I did it a number of times. And I've actually been not like seriously considering it, but thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, what would it be like to bleach my hair now?
Once you shorten it again?
No.
Or even now?
Now. And the reason I was thinking of that is Machine Gun Kelly, because he's got that super blonde hair. And I don't know if it's real or if it's bleached, but it's kind of that look.
Yeah.
And my hair's long. And so I was like kind of vibing with it. And so that's the only reason I even thought about it. But I don't think I'm going to do that.
I think you should, because it's fun. Like it was super scary to me at first. And then,
is this
like,
the first time?
I was just like, I've never done anything with my hair.
How much? Oh, you've never done anything with your hair?
No.
I've
done like some interesting like hairstyles or cuts or something, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in an experimenting stage right now. I mean, I have a mustache that's new,
which looks great.
And yeah, I mean, I'm shockingly happy with it. I think it's here to stay. It'll be interesting to see it gets thicker and I trim it and how that manages. But we clean shaved me. Like, I can feel the skin on my cheek.
Imagine that.
I think for the first time in 7 years. Over 7 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because
it's like it doesn't look that different to me because you still have the mustache. Like,
yeah.
Really? So like
this is
that's crazy.
I used a razor and shaving cream.
Cool.
And we shaved it. And the last time I did that was when I was first dating Maya. And then that first summer at UCSD, I remember she mentioned, like, why don't you just trim it?
Yeah.
And I always assumed like girls want you to clean shave and do that. And then she said trim it, and that stuck. And so I would get it down, like, I've gotten it down short, but I've not clean shaved everything off in over 7 years.
Nice.
It was weird. I was freaking out a little bit.
See, but it's fun to experiment with hair because it'll come back.
Yeah.
Your hair will grow back. The color will come back. If you don't like it, you're not stuck with it, you know? So why not kind of have a little bit of fun with it?
I agree.
It's funny. I went into a CVS, and this guy was like, I've never had people talk about my hair, ever. People have commented on my eyes before, and that's pretty much it. But like ever since, a lot of people have mentioned my hair.
Yeah.
And this one guy at CVS was like, dude, I really like your hair color. I was like, thanks. I just got bored. He's like, wait, that's not your like actual hair color? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, I like it even more then.
Okay,
thanks.
That's
thanks,
bizarre.
Yeah.
But
I didn't fully commit. Like, I got a little bit scared, and I like washed it out sooner than I was supposed to because I didn't want it to be like too white. But I kind of think I want to do it again and do it more. And then some people were telling me I should go like Danny Phantom white, and I kind of want to do that too.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I think I want to try it.
I always think about that. Like, what if I grade early? You just gotta own it.
Just commit.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask you, did it itch a lot? Because that's what I remember. I remember it burning and itching like crazy.
It definitely burned. I wouldn't say it itched, and it wasn't like a painful burn at all. It was just like, oh yeah, it's doing something. I can feel it.
I mean, that's probably what it was. We were kids though, so it felt more like I want to touch it.
It was fun. Like the brush that she was using, she was like,
that's cool.
She had like really long nails, and she's like, it was a really relaxing like head massage.
Oh, I just want a head massage. I wish you could go get those.
Thank you, Paulina. I appreciate you transforming me.
Props. I actually dyed my hair the color that yours is appearing right now. Like exactly how it's appearing too. If you move
Yeah.
slightly, tilt it. Right there. I dyed my
Yeah.
hair that.
Kind of gold, pink.
Red, half blue.
You did that?
Yeah.
When?
In India for Crazy Hair Day.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the like kind of like super temporary kind of
Yeah, I don't remember
hair paints.
well, it actually turned pink. It
Huh.
faded in the shower. I don't remember how long it stayed, but
It was supposed to wash out though, right?
not like no, it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't
No
like
way.
when you bleach it where it's like that's what your hair is now going to be for a while.
Right.
But it
Right.
wasn't like for a day or two. I would say at least
Yeah.
like a month or so, maybe. Like
It's interesting because like bleach actually is changing your hair.
yeah.
Like dye is just sort of like sitting there and like it'll kind of bleed off and,
Okay,
and
yeah.
wash out and stuff. I think that's what it seems. But like bleach is like, oh yeah, no, well, this is the color you're gonna be now until you grow out.
So I did that in 6th grade, I think, and then I want to say in 7th grade, and it could be 7th, 8th. I dyed it black.
I would try that. No, would I try that? I don't know. Maybe.
So yeah, I think I've bleached like 3 times, and I've done that. No, I wouldn't do it again. But it's just weird like that I did that because I haven't touched my hair since.
Yeah.
I've just done that. But I got Bill Walton. That was a new one. That was pre getting rid of my beard. It's not with the mustache now, but yeah, somebody gave me Bill Walton. I was like, I'll take it.
Does he have a beard? I guess he does, right?
Yeah.
Bill Walton.
I'm
sorry, I'm thinking Luke Walton.
No, he doesn't have anything.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But people are all over me. I did trivia and like literally they did a joke trivia question about my hair. Well, maybe it was more the beard because the question was how long has Ethan been on the island? I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, Bill Walton had quite a beard.
Oh, if you look at like Blazers, Bill Walton with the fire beard.
He has that like chin strap beard too.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. Wow, I've never seen him this young. I don't think.
Yeah, because we see him so much as what he does now. Especially, wait, no. I was gonna say he does UCLA, but I don't think he does that.
He does. Yeah, I've seen him a lot.
Is he the Pac-12?
The most I've ever seen him is for UCLA. Yeah, he's a Pac-12 guy.
Okay, I knew he was floating around there. So I know this is boring right now, but it's gonna evolve over time.
That's the exciting thing, though. It's fun to have your canvas, and then you can start, growing it and working on it.
We got
Speaking of canvases, I don't know if you saw what they unveiled at Disneyland.
Ooh.
But
I did
they what's the word when you not recruited, but they got someone, they hired a painter to paint a mural on the corner of the ESPN Zone building. Downtown Disney.
Dead spot.
They usually have something there. A lot of times they'll put like a bracket there for the NBA playoffs or whatever. But they have now put a mural for Chadwick Boseman.
Oh wow.
And I was actually
It's gonna be permanent. I just want permanent things. I don't like temporary things.
It can be. Hold on, let me send it to you real quick so you can see it too.
Not that I don't like temporary things, but I like when something becomes a staple, like Star Wars Land, and you know it's going to be there.
Right.
And I hate that area at downtown Disney. That's by the Rainforest Cafe. Like that building that was built as a Rainforest Cafe can only ever be a Rainforest Cafe, and should be one forever. Hopefully, post-pandemic, they can get back in there.
But yeah, so we haven't done a podcast since he passed. And that was a heartbreaker for me. It was so unexpected since, no one seemingly knew that he was even sick.
It's crazy.
But you gotta imagine like he was sick when he was filming these movies.
Oh yeah.
Of course he was sick. But he powered through. He did everything he could, and he gave a great performance, made a great character, inspired millions of people,
and will continue to do so.
Yeah. So I'm really I'm glad they did something like this to kind of immortalize him a bit. So I do hope it stays.
That's in a tricky spot. I thought it was going to be like the whole wall,
Right.
but that makes more sense.
It is literally in that spot of the building that does change a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of rotate it based on the season, but I imagine this will stay for a while.
Given the state of things, I think it'll be there for a while. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully long enough for us to see it. We've been talking about it.
For sure.
We want to go the second that it's possible now. And I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Me too.
knowing the risks. I mean, we'll wear masks. We'll take every precaution. Like, I feel
100%
take precautions at this point. And
I'm there with you.
I was going to say, even if we don't go on a single ride, I just
want to be there.
Want to go hang out there all day.
Absolutely.
So
I want to hear the music.
Yep.
And even if it's a quieter ambiance, like I just want to hear.
We can take our own stuff.
Walking around and chatting.
Take our own stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a new backpack from my work. Shout out to my work. Thank you. It is a cooler backpack.
Oh.
I've never seen anything like this. So we could like take food and stuff.
Yeah. You gotta hope that they would be more down to let you do stuff like that under these conditions. You're like, I don't want to touch or drink or eat your stuff right now. Like, let me just eat my food.
Oh, that's a good point. Like, maybe they wouldn't let us bring that. Yeah.
I mean, they'll usually let you, they'll let you bring in snacks, like a, goldfish. And if you have sandwiches or something, I don't know if they'll let you bring in like an actual like rolling cooler of course they wouldn't let you bring in like that of food, but
a backpack.
A cooler backpack. I don't know. That'd be cool.
It's just a regular backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean,
yeah. We'll hide the beers on the bottom.
Of course. Yeah. Or just disguise them in like little koozies. We can paint over the labels.
Yeah, there you go. I do have one thermos that you can put a beer bottle in.
We can get a can of like Pupsy. We can just like kind of screw up the name.
They
not get sued.
Don't they have those like covers you can get? I think that's what you're talking about, right? But yeah,
But also, why wouldn't you just make it be the actual thing? Because it looks way more suspicious if it's like, why do they always get it close but then not quite? Because someone's like,
maybe
it's like the Rolex and the Rolex thing.
Maybe they couldn't sell it if it was the official.
Oh, yeah, that's probably definitely why.
Even though it's not a Pepsi, right? Like, it's just a
you can't use the name
thing. Maybe you can't like use the name.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, but it feels like there's not rules for that stuff anymore.
If you did a custom one, if we painted it ourselves, we could do whatever we wanted.
Okay.
It would just look terrible.
We could just print it out and wrap it around. Dude, there's got to be something on the internet.
Oh yeah, we'll find something. Yeah, I was reading an article that said that Disney gave kind of a convincing argument to the city or to the state even on why they should reopen. And it wasn't, without its own risks involved, like it's going to invite people to travel potentially to Disney to go, which will
they need to, I like personally, like, given it'll be lower attendance,
yeah,
and demand here is through the roof,
yeah, just make it here.
I want the city or the state to say, you guys can open only to Southern California residents.
Like literally blacklist certain pass holders.
Who is a pass holder that doesn't live here?
I'm sure there are some. Oh, I know people that live in Northern California that have passes.
Okay, California even.
Well, sure.
But nobody needs to be flying in from out of state to go to Disneyland. Go to Florida. Yeah. They are crazy. They just officially lifted everything.
Are they fully open?
They're fully open.
Full capacity?
Everything. Restaurants were the last thing. I think everything's just to go. I don't know the details, so I could be wrong there, but I saw that today.
I mean, you gotta hope that they're actually like doing well, though. Like, I'm not even talking monetarily. So. Like, even for cases, like, otherwise they would have been shut down. You would think. Like Disney's not gonna take that lightly. The state might, but Disney's not gonna. Or are they just gonna try and make money?
Try to make money. That's the one thing I've learned through all of this is that's the only thing that matters.
They'll do it as safely as they possibly can. I don't think they'll shortcuts.
Do it as safely as they choose. I wouldn't go as far to say it's as possible. Just like not to say they're not trying anything, but
Yeah.
like the NBA, that's doing everything. Like there's a clear distinction here. Like unless you're doing that, you're not doing everything.
Which, funny enough, is at Disney in Florida.
Yeah, no, this is insane. Like this whole, but I mean, I'm also saying like I'm down to go. So
yeah,
it makes me so sad.
I think it'll happen soon. I do think that they will open.
Yeah.
Because I mean they were saying how many employees they need to get back to work, like thousands of people and the industry like right around them that's hurting because of it too.
Yeah.
That's not, that's not a reason to put people at risk unnecessarily, but with all the precautions that they presented that they're going to be taking, I think it's time to maybe try it.
Yeah, I'll say one more thing since you mentioned it. I guess one of the concerns that I've seen raised every time is like the cast members don't feel safe. Like they're ensuring it to all of us, like we will take care of you, and I've heard like they're not taking care of their employees.
Really?
And again, I can't confirm that, but I've heard, and I don't even know like the extent of that, but it's like, come, you need to work for us so that we can make money.
So sad.
Again, perspective and stories and whatnot, but this is a kind of impossible scenario, and we're just kind of making our way through it. But that aside, I'll still go.
Because it's not like if you're at a quarter capacity attendance, you can't really be a quarter capacity employees. Like you don't necessarily have to be full, but you can't cut it back at the same scale.
Yeah, it's a different scale.
You still have to have people at every post.
Yeah.
Sort of. Maybe not as many, but
arguably more to keep an eye on people, I would say.
Right. I mean, people aren't really like rambunctious at my work about like not wearing masks, but they'll definitely walk in without one, and then we remind them like, "Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry." Like it, it's in the car or whatever. So
I'm not gonna lie.
Or sorry, there are the people that will walk in with one and then just like pull it down when they're talking to their friends or whatever, and we're like, pull it up, and then those people will be a little bit pushy about not doing stuff. So there will be people at Disney who will take their mask off or pull it down. And I think it's weird to do that while you're like, it's like, why is it okay to do it while you're eating? Like
100%. No.
It should always be on.
I'm gonna do my best to not go on a rant here. I've done this enough, but like, I will say a couple things. One, nobody social distances. Period. Unless there's a physical barrier. Two,
it is a hard thing to ingrain in your brain.
I mean, they said keep 6 feet away from people, so I keep 6 feet away from people. I don't. Right. I'm sorry. I don't understand why that's difficult. I don't understand why people are struggling. So this is really an easy situation, and people still are failing miserably. Like I really have lost a lot of faith in people. I understand it's not going to be perfect, but the fact I still see people walking around putting their mask constantly above their nose, it's like it's been almost 7 months. We're all adults here. There's no excuse. I don't care about your personal beliefs, your opinions, or anything. They're irrelevant. Do what you're supposed to do. Even if you don't believe in it, just do it.
Right.
And the whole like, oh, I forgot my mask in my car. Like, did somebody say, did I miss the memo? Did I miss the
I don't
memo?
understand the forgetting thing. Like, how do you forget?
We're like, life isn't normal again. And so I just go back to like, I mean, I don't want to jump to judging people, but like what that says a lot to me.
Yeah.
Personally. And I don't know. I'm genuinely curious at this point, but I've accepted it. I think that's my biggest change is I've accepted that everybody else is not going to think about me. I think me and you are generally frustrated this even before the pandemic, just in day-to-day life.
We were very frustrated about social
just norms.
What's the word I'm looking for? Courtesy,
yeah.
Especially in like movie theaters. We had that whole like half an episode where we just talked about movie theater etiquette.
Yeah,
People
and
are not courteous of others.
that is it's depressing to say, but like that's become like almost the American identity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to not believe that and believe that we can be better. But I mean, I've just been so disappointed because it's sad because we could be doing more if people like you said that I was like we can go to Disneyland, it'll be safe, and then you're like, yeah, there's gonna be people there not following the rules.
Yeah.
We'll
But
make do.
I think they will also be policing. Like you said,
Yeah.
they'll have to have more people just to make sure that people have their masks on. And I think I even read something like they will be escorted, if not like physically escorted out, if they don't comply with certain things. So
To kind of sidestep, my mom is in another country now, and I can she's in, so she was in Pakistan for work.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've been really really anxious about her flying
Yeah.
during COVID across the world.
Yeah.
And her first flight was good, and she had her own thing, and everything went smooth. And she was in the lounge, and it was good. And then the flight from Heathrow, there was a woman and her daughter hacking up, coughing the entire flight in front of her. Kept taking her mask down. But it sounded like the people next to her and everybody else was being good, so that put me a little. But I'm still kind of on edge.
What are flights like right now? Are they like
full.
Why are there people right in front of her? They're full?
Yeah, full capacity. Full capacity. It's this kind of stuff that I just don't understand personally.
Aren't we not allowed to fly out of the country right now?
No, we can.
We can.
Yeah.
Only certain countries like won't take us, right?
I don't even know at this point. It really seems like everything's back to normal. I just heard home cooking is back to pre-pandemic levels. So everyone's eating out again and doing that and not cooking anymore. They're over that. I thought some of that would stick, honestly.
Yeah.
People would be like, this is better and cheaper and healthier. And everyone was like, the second they didn't have to, they were like, screw it.
I've seen a lot of the like outdoor patios at restaurants that actually look pretty cool. Like they look kind of like they've done it well. Like it looks professional and official, and like it's been there for a long time.
I love eating outside.
I also don't know if I fully understand why being outside is that much safer than being inside, but
the sun and things dissipating, how everyone's doing it is not. It's not safe. Period. They said 50% of people that get it went to a restaurant. Doesn't mean they got it at a restaurant, but like there's a correlation you can see there. And when I drive by Old Torrance, and this has been since this started, and they have a lot of outdoor seating out there. I mean, people are again 6 feet away. One, they're not even 6 feet away, and nobody has masks on because they're eating. So it's like you guys are all sharing air. So if one person has it, you all have it. And we have just this is the choice that we have made as a society and as a country.
We don't realize how much like liquid flies out of our mouth when we're even just speaking.
Every time I watch stuff now, just regular shows, I'm like, you're so close. You guys are just basically making out.
And it's so interesting. Like every time I'm reminded, like the mask is me keeping other people safe.
Yeah.
From me.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily keep me safe from them. Like it's to keep that spit.
It does help
my face area. Sure.
But the more benefit is from that. Yeah.
But like when I yawn, like I'm not gonna like spray little flecks all over the counter or something, you know?
Like, I know.
It's weird.
I can't even fathom like going to a arena or going to a concert.
Oh man.
Dude.
Speaking of arenas, man, Charger Stadium, first game, brutal loss to the Chiefs. Overtime, I don't know, it was like 28-25 or something.
Yeah.
We were leading the entire game, and of course Patrick Mahomes has to bring the Chiefs back from behind because that's all he ever does. And they tied it up at the last second. Their kicker kicked 3 58-yard field goals, which are the most of his career. One of them didn't count because it was like a timeout or whatever, but he still made it.
Wow. Hey, it's that stadium.
Stupid, man.
We're going to see some crazy field goals probably in that stadium.
We'll see.
I can't wait to go to that stadium.
I know.
I want to go. I just want to go and walk around. Can we do that? Is that a thing?
No.
Damn.
There's 2 new stadiums this year. That and Vegas are both done.
Yeah.
And
Fans went
did they?
to Vegas.
Inside?
No, on the outside, like a bunch of people.
Okay, because I was watching that game and it was empty.
Damn.
It's also like everything is painted black on the inside, obviously, of course, because it's the Raiders, and it's like it looked like a vortex of nothingness.
It along with SoFi is one of the most impressive stadiums ever built.
I can't wait to go to Vegas Stadium.
I watched like all the YouTube videos that they posted of like it being built and developed. Like it's incredible what they did.
Yeah.
In the timeline that they did it, they did multiple stages of construction layered at the same time. So they had like stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3 all going and like feeding off of each other. Like it was a whole new way to do it. I don't know a lot about.
They built the Vegas Stadium a lot faster.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I did not think it was going to be ready this year.
Record time.
That's so cool.
It's some new technique that it's really difficult because you have to have like every single detail mapped out so that you know what can like interlock and what can, so that it's not like do all of this, done. Do all of the next thing, done.
Right.
So, I really want to go. It's another iconic building for the Strip.
And I mean, they're ready to start working on the Clippers Stadium too. So.
Okay, no. You're supposed to move to Seattle. Come on, you lost. Leave. Bye. Go away.
Oh, that'd be cool. The Seattle Clippers.
It's all I've wanted. No, ew, no, no more Clippers.
No more the Supersonics again.
Yes. No more. We don't. Okay. The Clippers do not need to exist.
Okay.
They just don't need to exist.
If they're gonna exist, like be in San Diego, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. If the Clippers have to exist, go back to San Diego. They were so pitiful when they lost. I just wanted to see what everyone was saying on their Reddit that they locked their Reddit down. The only time I've ever seen that happen. Other people were saying that too. Never seen a sports Reddit do that.
That is awesome.
And the next day, it was back up, and it was Clipper ships and everything, and only Clipper ships, and that's all we talk about here now. That was the official. It had changed. They just changed the Reddit, and I don't know if it's still like that, but.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What did Robin say, that Paul George made less shots than they made than they traded
draft picks
for him?
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't take a meeting with the Lakers. Thank God.
Lakers are doing well. Huh?
Yes, they are. One more win. This last game was
close.
The most intense game in the last 10 years that I've watched easily. No, there were some Warriors runs. I'll take that back where I was pretty invested. So I probably, but it's just it's not close, but not the same. That game 7.
Was it that Anthony Davis shot that was like the buzzer beater for the win? That was beautiful.
One of the most iconic moments in Laker history. We got to win the title to like cement that.
That was beautiful.
I had a feeling it was going to happen. I was sitting there like you have that moment before, and like sometimes I'm just like, I'm terrible. We're gonna miss. We're gonna lose. And I was sitting there and I was feeling the moment and like feeling the game, and we were in the Mamba jerseys, and I was like, AD needs to hit this game winner. We need a moment. Give us a moment. Never could have predicted that's how it would have happened. It was incredible, but I just jumped up and I screamed and I went crazy. And I was at Maya's parents' house, and her brother was over, so it was fun. It was fun. We were kind of like with a few people.
And it's the kind of buzzer beater that I love, where they were down.
Yeah,
like it wasn't tied.
Oh,
like they were going to lose. If you didn't hit that shot.
That's a big dick shot, right there. Oh. And you know what it's a Mamba shot. That's a Kobe shot. And the coach said that after. He's like, "That's a shot Kobe would have hit. It's a Mamba shot."
Yeah.
It was.
I love when he said, he's like, "We don't want to lose in these jerseys."
We can't. We're 3-0. I kind of want them to wear them tomorrow to really send a message. The 3-1 Denver team, the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-1 twice. They're down 3-1 against us.
Have they come back twice?
Twice, against the Jazz and against the Clippers.
Wow.
So I had a feeling this was going to happen. And like, if we win the Miami was up 3-1 and lost to the Celtics today. Now it's like, ooh, What if the Celtics
Still
win?
seems like Miami's gonna get there, right?
it changes
They've been
everything.
hot, man.
Yeah, and the Celtics turned a switch today and won by like 14 or 16.
Okay.
And
Dude, Lakers Celtics would be so awesome.
I've been kind of back of my head, but the thing is like I'd personally rather the Celtics not even get there.
Yeah.
But it would be poetic. It would be
a beautiful. If there is a team to beat, like beating the Celtics would be awesome. Especially for a stupid year like this.
The only reason I do want to play the Heat. I don't want the Celtics to even have a chance because they have 17, we have 16. We need to tie them this year. I want to play the Celtics in the finals next year.
Okay.
When it's the arenas and everything, even though it'd be crazy to do it this year. The Heat are LeBron's former team, so there's still something there.
Yeah.
And also, if the Heat and the Lakers make the finals, it'll be the first time ever that the two teams in the finals weren't even in the playoffs the year before.
Oh wow!
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on here.
Do they still have Eric Spoelstra or whatever as their coach? Is he still there?
He's an incredible coach.
Cool.
Started as a video guy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's quite a story.
Speaking of video, we haven't even talked about a single video game or movie.
So
like 40 minutes in, I just realized that
it's catch up. So I was gonna do some transitions, but yeah, we should probably just jump.
I'll just be perfectly upfront. I haven't played much of anything besides Warzone
and
Rocket League. That's pretty much it.
I want to talk about some technical stuff. I got my new desk. The next thing's to get a new computer potentially.
Yeah.
But that's probably not going to happen for a while. Did you see the new NVIDIA cards?
Yes. I'm not like computer savvy, so like they didn't blow my mind or anything. Like I know people are excited about them, but
so the 3070 is really close or equivalent to the 2080 Ti. When the 2080 Ti released, it was like $1,200.
Okay.
The 3070 is $500.
Oh wow.
The 3080, which is like ridiculous, is $700, and the 3090, which is like a rocket ship supercomputer, is like $1,000 or $1,200 or something. $1,300.
All of them cheaper than
the last best one.
Yeah.
This was a huge jump.
Which was the one that the guy took out of his oven?
Yeah. Yes.
Which one was that?
The 3090. The 90.
Okay.
The 90 was in the oven. The 80 was on the counter. I'm pretty sure. But that was hilarious. He was really funny. So I really want to get the 3070. That's a lot of money though, and computer stuff. I think I can get my computer fixed. I think I figured out the problem, and it's a memory thing. So I'm gonna reseat my RAM tomorrow. I think I installed it incorrectly.
What, like 10 years ago?
8 years ago. Over 8 years ago.
Dude, so, every time I'm out that way by like whatever computer
Tustin
World or whatever.
Micro Center.
Literally that. Tustin will come up again later. Tustin, I go out that way relatively often, especially under normal circumstances. And that felt like the biggest road trip of my life 8 years ago.
Yep. I'm so with you. Where like every time I'm over there, I'm like, computer stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when I'm over in City of Industry. I don't know if you remember, that was when I got my graphics card. And one day I was like, I'm going for it. And I drove through traffic and I just sat in traffic. I was like, Daddy, I'll sit in traffic for an hour and a half. I don't care. I'm getting this card.
Sure.
And I went to the Newegg place and I picked it up. And I thought I was in the next state. I thought I was 2 states over. This was before I even met Maya. And now I've been out there so much. It's so close.
Yeah.
Same with Tustin. I mean, I commuted to San Diego some weekends.
Right.
But I love that we both feel like that, because it was
every time I think about it every single time.
Dude, we couldn't drive to Vegas.
Right.
Like, we weren't allowed.
I still haven't done that. Actually, I haven't done Vegas. I did drive to San Francisco by myself. That's the longest.
That's intense.
I did that. Me and my friend both drove to the Grand Canyon overnight. That was also pretty brutal, but those are the biggest like drives I've ever done.
We're doing Vegas. We're doing a Vegas drive at some point.
Hell yeah.
Maybe even during this, but probably not.
Na na na, would you like
Listen,
it?
my
My
money's
money
right.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know what he says.
Can't tell me nothing.
The Hangover. All I was gonna say was, I'm like just gonna wait. I really want a computer that can launch Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Imagine if I can even play it at 4K. Like,
It played it
no, I can't
a
launch
few
it.
years ago.
Yeah, and then they did the update that you could land on planets, and it won't launch anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's okay. But
I'm still impressed that considering how many problems you've had with that PC, you still got it working on that computer at one point.
Yeah, and that was the time that I didn't think it was going to work, and we did get it to work.
Yeah.
AMD is showing their new stuff off soon, so we're going to get a good comparison of like where everything's at. Next gen systems are coming out, and so I'm just going to wait and really see what everything is before I throw money at a upgrade.
Were these new graphics cards? Is that what they were? Or processors? What were
Graphics cards, GPUs.
Are they like RGB at all, or can I?
I think so.
Can I like customize them? Oh, cool.
Well,
because you have to be at this point, right?
Oh yeah, I've already got all my parts picked out for the most part. It's really just the graphics card and the CPU, and then the motherboard kind of changes based on what level you're at. But yeah. I'm RGB and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen those things that streamers have where like it's like a little clock that they put on their counter, but it like counts their subs?
I don't
or
want
followers.
I don't
or something?
want one of those.
I want to get one of those and like put it in my computer.
Oh my god.
I think that'd be cool.
That I'll take. But yeah, everything's going fancy now.
Yeah. It's exciting. I just like I can't get into PCs for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's because I've always just had a bad one, so I don't like have faith in them. But
well, I feel like that too. I get excited at all the parts and figuring out all the parts and putting it together. And like, I haven't built a computer and I've already had a ton of fun just putting lists together, pricing everything. I'm into the building and stuff. If you're not, that's okay. I talked to Tyler.
I should be, and
he
doesn't. I want to be.
Tyler doesn't care about any of that. He just ordered. Yeah. He was like, put in the stuff on this website and just ordered a computer.
Yeah, I really don't like. I don't understand what any of those things do. When people rattle off part names,
yeah,
like they have them memorized. They're like, oh, we have this with this and that graphics and that GPU. I'm like, how do you know this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, I know.
I'm getting Corsair
boards, or
I'm getting. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the way you and I know certain Star Wars facts, people would say the exact same thing. Like, how do you know that? How do you know what Jabba's little weird like puppet pet thing's name is? But I just do.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I just it's not for me.
Well, I'm gonna get either 16 or 32 gigs of the Corsair Dominator RAM, and that does come with RGB.
RGB. That's the only thing I listen for.
Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna get the MB450 motherboard.
Sounds good.
And then either 3070 or whatever AMD comes out with of their new GPUs. And then I really want to get the next Radeon series, the 4000X CPU series. The 3000X is what's out right now, but the 4000 series is going to get announced. They're doing their CPU and their GPU events separate. But everything's just going to get such a bump, and then prices will fall, and so you want to wait for all the new parts to come out. Oh, and the NVMe SSD drives are what you use for storage now. You don't use the HDD, hard disk spinning up for storage.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Something along those lines?
Yeah. I stopped paying. I realized that I paused a video of Anthony Davis hitting that shot on a really funny face of him, so I transferred over to that for a few seconds, and then I started Googling because I couldn't think of like what the other like competitor brand to AMD was, so I Googled that.
NVIDIA.
And that's the one.
NVIDIA RTX 3070 8090.
Nothing that you said actually stuck in my brain.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Let me get a 450 or no, I think 650 power supply. 650 watt power supply.
It sounds exciting. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
And hey, if it helps us do the things that we want to do, I'm all for it.
It's gonna help me go through
I
space.
can't be bothered.
Can I help you build one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because I've had people offer to do it before, and then they just kind of like send me the link to Newegg, and I'm like, oh,
No.
okay.
When we can like sit down together,
Yeah.
and like maybe that's even when I build my computer. Like, I'll take you through everything and like
Cool.
Because it's one of those things where you hit a wall and then you have questions, and if it doesn't make sense, it's like, nope, I'm out.
But what wall do you hit? Like, you hit it before it's even built?
Researching, just trying to figure out compatibility and what works best with what. Like, it can be really like convoluted.
Yeah.
And you got to just kind of like breathe and like just zero in on what you're trying to figure out. It's the same thing with trying to figure out an issue. It's like, where do I even start? How do I even diagnose this? But that's enough technical talk. I don't want to drive people crazy.
Some people loved it, I'm sure.
But the the last thing I wanted to say in terms of all this techie stuff is that there is a rumor that Switch 4K is going to come out like spring.
Really?
Yeah.
I was listening to the Gamescast where they were like asking what they think the future of the Switch is.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't even thinking like a Switch. What would this be? Like the Switch Pro?
Yeah, that's what
not Switch 2, right?
No, everyone's been calling it Switch Pro.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
so they're partnered with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA has new chips, and it can make it work. They also have. So, the thing with Switch, like what you really see is like on the edges when it's really choppy.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Sort of.
Do you know like what kind of like the difference, right? Like when you up the resolution, things are crisp. Things are
like it's kind of compressed looking.
Yeah. So there's a new technology that apparently streamlines it like doesn't require an insane amount of horsepower to not make that happen. Mm-hmm. And I think it might even be in PS5. We don't know, but it's called DLSS. I don't know the details of it, but it's like a cheat code for better graphics. So that's what people are saying will allow the Switch to like be crazy, like beautiful. Is this anti-aliasing crap?
Anti-aliasing, right? I've never understood what even that is, honestly.
I only now understand it from watching Digital Foundry. And I can hardly take those videos in. It's only certain ones. They're intense. I'm exhausted.
Problems of aliasing in a sampled signal, such as a digital image, or I don't see. What does that even mean?
I didn't even understand how TVs worked. Like, do you understand how TVs work?
In what sense?
Like, just how insane they are? The technology. I watched the slow-mo guys. They went in on like a TV in like super slow-mo, and you can see each pixel, like the color combo, and then like that makes all the stuff, and why certain TVs have better blacks.
I'll tell you what, our new TV has really good blacks because it is dark. We need to fix that.
I don't think that's the same thing.
I know.
But yeah, calibrate it.
Blacker blacks. It's like that thing at the movie theater where it's like,
yeah,
yes, the projector is still on. It's projecting black, or it's actually showing black in a pixel, not just off.
Yeah, I always think that's funny when they do that, because once you see it once,
it's not cool anymore.
It's not cool anymore. And every time
it's also not something I'm thinking of during a movie.
They're like, guess what?
I'm not like, man, I wish those blacks were blacker.
Yep. Just let it look good. We've already paid you.
Yeah.
And every time it comes on now, I'm like, no way. Did you know that? Yeah. Seen it a lot.
But you know who it's for? It's for the people who only go to the movies once a year. What the hell is that like?
Dude, there really are people that do that.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
whenever I see it on sitcoms, like those couples who like they still love each other, but like they argue a lot. So like they're like, let's have a date night. Let's go to a movie. Let's go see a movie, and then they have to get the popcorn and the drink, and they're looking for a seat, and obviously they're late because they don't know like what time they're supposed to get there for a movie. So they're like having to stumble over people, and they're spilling the popcorn.
Oh God.
and then they sit down and the trailers start and someone forgets something. It's like, it's that kind of thing.
I
Like,
want to hope the people that go to the
on, figure
movies
it out.
once a year do it right the one time.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, that's true. Because they have no idea what they're doing.
No.
They're just there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can literally time it to where I'm leaving my house well into the trailers. And I'll walk into that movie like during the last trailer and just be like, "What's up, guys?"
Didn't we had a streak, right?
We've done that. Yeah. We did that for Matrix, I think.
I don't even remember.
Where we just timed it absolutely perfectly.
Yes. That was crazy. I was yeah.
I usually will try to skip all the trailers, right?
Yeah.
Unless I haven't been to a movie theater in 6 months.
Oh, you're gonna watch all the trailers.
And I'm just dying for the experience. Theaters in Orange County opened up again.
Oh my god. You went? You said you were gonna
go.
You said you were gonna go immediately.
I had to go.
Yeah.
I had to sit in that comfy seat again.
How was it?
So I bought a ticket, Dolby. Re-upped my A-list.
Because you have to reactivate it, right?
Yeah. I think starting next month it reactivates. And I saw Tenet.
And?
Yep. And I watched every single trailer, and I was giddy throughout every single trailer. I was so excited watching them. I'm like, I can't wait to see this someday. Like, whenever it is, whenever I get to see this, I can't wait to see it. And Tenet was not good.
Yeah, I've heard that. Damn.
I really didn't like it.
Well, you saved me a trip.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Definitely worth a watch. You have to watch it once because it's a Nolan movie. It is beautiful.
Okay.
It is impressive. I think it's technically kind of a masterpiece. But it is the single most confusing movie I've ever seen in my life to a distracting level. So I actually think I need to see it again to try and like understand it more.
Okay.
But I found it very clunky. Like a lot of the dialogue was weird. And like the reasons people had for doing things were weird, and I was just like, I don't know. I found myself rolling my eyes a lot.
Damn. So I'm getting a vibe of another movie that I'm curious if you can. Not that it's the same movie, but this whatever Us.
Yeah.
Where
because Us again, like well made. Like you won't find like a better made movie.
It's the guy who made Get Out.
Right.
It's the guy who made Inception.
You're telling me Inception Part 2 isn't perfect? Like no, it's not.
I feel like this happens a lot, and I'm not a fan of hyping up a movie just because of a director, even though I know that that's a thing.
However, Nolan has a very good track record.
Dunkirk, right?
What?
Did he do that?
Yeah.
And Interstellar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember Interstellar as well. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I feel like I didn't like it as much as some of the other Nolan movies.
Mm-hmm.
I still thought it was good.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite Nolan movie.
Okay.
At least at the moment.
Yeah.
But like he had a track record. Like Jordan Peele only had one movie that almost won Best Picture. You know, like he came out of the gates fast, and people were like, "Oh, the next movie has to be great." And because of that, a lot of people thought it was perfect. I'm like, it's kind of weird.
You put it on that just because of what it should be.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I almost wish he had waited, not done Us, just went to like Twilight Zone, which would have been a cool like next project.
Yeah. That's what he wanted to do though.
And then I know.
It's weird. It's weird, right? No.
What, Us?
Yeah.
From what I heard, the studios wanted another Jordan Peele movie like instantly.
Yep. That explains
like,
it.
You're hot. That explains
Get
another one out. And like it didn't. It came out like what 2 years after Get Out.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Like that's fast.
No. 2 years just
and considering that, I think it's impressive. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
know. I'm with you on that.
But
well, that's a
Dunkirk. Wait until it's available on streaming. There will be other movies that will be. Yeah, was it what I say?
Dunkirk.
Tenet. Yeah.
I still need to see Dunkirk.
You haven't seen Dunkirk?
because I missed it in
I love
theaters, and then I
Dunkirk.
was like, kind of like, well, I only want to see this in theaters, so can you bring it
That
back?
that is top 3 Nolan for me.
Yeah,
I love Dunkirk.
I would like to see it. It's up my alley, just from what I've heard. I know some people said it was boring, but
I'll I'll find a way for you to watch it. I'll rent it for you on YouTube.
I'm down to watch it in 4K here. We just
Yeah.
don't have a crazy sound system.
That's okay.
Really?
Oh, that's another thing about. I don't know if it's just Nolan movies in general or just Tenet or what, but like I couldn't understand half the words they were saying. Legitimately, half. I swear to God. The sound effects and the music is so loud.
Yeah.
And the dialogue is so quiet.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't know what they were saying.
Could it have been the theater?
It could have been, but Dolby is supposed to be the best audio.
That's right.
Like that's literally what that theater is for. It's not the screen, it's the audio.
I don't know. It's still on.
Yes, it was.
How do we know if the speakers are still on?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they could be shutting off.
Yeah.
Damn.
They could not be
right.
working properly.
You were so right.
They just talk to you. We're here. Hi.
Yes.
Speakers aren't off.
The speakers are still on.
They're still. Oh, that would be good. And it sounds like that. It sounds like someone's whispering in your ear.
In your ear.
Okay.
Did you ever do that thing at Disneyland where like they had that like surround speaker, like, and every seat there were speakers, and like it sounded like someone was like cutting your hair and like blowing in your ear and stuff?
No. That is weird. We're gonna get lots of 3D audio stuff on PS5. I'm really curious if that's gonna be as impactful as they propped it up to be.
Yeah. Those PS5s that we'll be getting day one.
Yeah, I don't know which. I'm torn. I'm still upset that I didn't get mine at Best Buy, especially because Tyler also got his there. And I reserved it, and then I was like, cool, we can all go. Awesome. Nope, they canceled it. However, some people aren't even getting one, so I'm choosing not to be sad.
Are we going to open them in the same vicinity of each other?
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah. So then we don't have to pick them up together, but let's birth them into the world together.
Oh, I was 100. No, I was thinking we would go on a loop.
Do you think we can? Because if it's like a midnight release kind of thing, do you think it will be, first of all?
Yeah, it should be.
Do you think they'll stay open that long to like allow us to travel from one place to the next?
And that was the one thing that I was like, okay, worst case is it's around the corner.
Yeah, it's not that far.
It's like,
what are we talking? Best Buy to Walmart, right?
Yeah, under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
At that time,
you're right.
There won't be anybody out too.
Right.
If it's at midnight. If they're not doing midnight, so personally, because I was like specially selected by PlayStation to pre-order, I still don't understand how or why that was a thing.
That's what that was that you sent me.
Part of me wants that to be my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't want it from Walmart personally.
No.
I don't want a Walmart PlayStation.
No.
However, I also don't want to wait like a second. And I know that sounds insane, but you saw me with the Switch. I had to be first.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, that's such a hard call. No, but still.
I have time.
What if they don't even ship it day one?
And that's the thing is like, I'll have shipping info by then. If it's like coming next week, I'm going to Walmart and I'm picking it up and I don't care.
And you're what? Canceling your PlayStation one?
No, and I'll still get that one too. Maya's dad does stuff. He like sends it to Lebanon and stuff.
Yeah.
So any extra systems, Mo wasn't able to get one, so Maya got a shipped one on Walmart. So we're gonna give that to him. And if somebody else pops up that needs one, then I'll have an extra one. So it's kind of floating right now.
Are you guys getting? You guys aren't getting two, right?
No. Okay. We'll just get one. We'll probably get another one eventually.
A 5 and a Pro or something.
Everything I'm seeing is there won't be a Pro.
Really?
So it might be a 5 and a Slim. That's what they've always done traditionally.
Okay.
We'll see.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm down for 2.5s. This thing is beautiful.
I've never owned a Slim. I've never even owned a Pro.
I haven't either.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I haven't either. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what I want to keep with.
Yeah.
I've accepted.
I'm down to add others though. Everyone at work who I tell that I ordered a PlayStation, they're like, "Why? Why did you do that?" They're like, "Do you know how many bugs there's gonna be?"
Yeah, there's a group of
it's so expensive. Like, why would you pay full price for it? I'm like, because I'm gonna start using it, and you're not, I guess. Like, first of all, my PlayStation is suffering.
Yeah.
The number of times that it beeps now is really scary.
Sounds like my old one. Yeah,
it
that's
does
not
it
good.
a lot. So
dude, we're close.
I'm concerned for its life, but I'm glad that it's like it's almost there, man. Like I think it will get there.
And the fact that this thing's supposed to be whisper quiet, like designed to be whisper quiet. The one thing I wanted them to like officially announce that they like cared about and were focused on was this won't be loud, and they said that, so I believe them.
Yeah.
If in a year or two it's I'm not going to be happy. That's not acceptable.
No.
So we'll see.
Doesn't it not even have a fan though? Because it's going to be cooled so well.
I think it has fans.
Oh, okay. But the fans are what gets loud.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. We will see.
We will see. Do we know anything about customization? Like,
no, that'll be later. If the
panels, will there be?
I'm going to assume they don't come off if we don't hear about that by launch, because people are going to be.
I'm sure some of them will come off. Maybe not by design,
and without breaking. Yeah. So I'm torn because we're on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I found.
Just keep the ball rolling, man.
I got some stuff from storage.
Yeah.
And I found some. I'd been hoping that I had these, just some old games. So I have my original Jack 2, PlayStation 2.
Nice.
And Jack 3, because I already had the first one. So yeah, I got my Jack games, but this is my favorite one that I couldn't remember. I knew I'd always saved this one.
Oh hell yeah,
but
dude! I still haven't played those games.
So in this one's real special to me. This is like I asked for this for Christmas.
It's Battlefront 2, by the way, for the audio listeners.
Yes, I apologize. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2, made by Pandemic, published by LucasArts. And this is the copy I got for it's Christmas or my birthday. I thought it was Christmas, but now I'm like, maybe I got this for my birthday from my aunt, who along with my cousins Drew and Eve came and visited us when I was in Poland for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The year that they came and visited us, like it was really the only time that happened, and I'm happy I still have that. So
that's cool. Yeah, I don't think I've lost many games because like I really feel protective over them.
Oh yeah, that's how I am now.
And I know when we were younger, we were all on the same street, like we were leaving games to each other's house. I remember, you remember playing the like Caroms game on my porch?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
And we would
forgot and immediately remember.
Like borrowing games. Like whoever wins gets to borrow a game from the other person.
That's so funny.
It's like, why don't we just ask if we can borrow the game? I mean, just it's fun to have stakes.
Add the stakes, yeah.
Yeah, but we'd have cases over each other's houses, and sometimes you forget, and so it's kind of scary. It's like I want my stuff back.
Yeah, I still have. I have to give you Uncharted. I was thinking about that recently.
I definitely have a couple games of yours.
Yeah,
speaking of
Black Flag.
But
God of War.
Your God of War PS3 game. Don't worry, I got him here.
Okay, good. So I got I am now protective. I got rid of some stuff. And the reason I'm happy I still have these is because I sold my PS2. But I sold it with all the like pirated games that I got in India and whatnot in Poland. And I also got rid of my Game Boy.
Like the Playboy game?
Huh?
Like the Playboy game?
Oh god, no, that was broken.
Oh.
Yeah, that was broken and thrown away. But I did sell. I gave my Game Boy away in Sri Lanka to, I think it was like somebody, and I was like, don't even give me money for it. Like, it was for a kid. Like, I'm shocked I did that. I still feel good that I did that, but like I lost a lot of that stuff, but it's okay. I wouldn't be using it. I would just have it. But I found a Game Boy Advance game, Advance Wars 2.
Cool.
So that's one of the better ones, and a weird Dragon Ball game. And randomly one of the OG Game Boy cases. Like, this is the official Nintendo Game Boy cartridge case, and it's
nice,
in perfect condition because I take care of everything.
I still have my like little zipper pouch. It was like a satchel, but it held my Game Boy Color.
Oh,
and like I had that. I had all my games. I eventually like put my SP in there. Had my light that you could like attach to the back of the Game Boy because the screen was not bright at all, so you couldn't see it at night.
kids have no idea.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it during the day. Well, I guess you can't see
Not
it.
in direct sunlight, probably.
Yeah, you can't do that now, though, hardly.
Things are a lot better.
A lot better.
Like, phones have like zero glare now, I feel like.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. God, phones are beautiful now, aren't they?
Everything's easy. Well, I mean, I still have a phone from 4 years ago or whatever it is.
Yeah. Do you have iOS 14 yet?
No, God, no.
No?
I'm saving that for my new phone. I'm not going to try to
Okay.
put that on this thing.
Why not?
That will be, because iOS 14 to me is such a big jump that I want that experience to all be on the new phone.
Okay.
Because it's like, I have all these features that don't really work well on my phone. They work, but they just don't feel right. They feel like they were designed for something
built
else.
For your phone, yeah.
And I can't wait. I am going to customize every single page. I'm going to put pictures.
I've started to.
I'm going to do custom icons, which is the greatest invention ever.
So the only thing I've heard about that is that it's kind of annoying the way it like has to like kind of jump from like one thing to the other to open them.
Oh, it does do the shortcuts thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen it in action, so I don't know how much it will bug me.
Yeah.
But like the pages I've seen that people have made are so unbelievably gorgeous.
They're
like
so
some
cool.
of the outrun ones that they've made. I'm like, oh, I want that so bad.
Somebody made a Nook phone. Like,
oh yeah.
the Animal Crossing phone. They made their phone that phone.
That's cool.
We should make the phone in GTA. Like, you can do that.
That would be awesome.
Kind of a thing.
Pear phone or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think that's from something else. But so I have my like movies page. It's really hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's super washed out. Dang it.
Lower the brightness,
anyways.
maybe?
Yeah. Is that better? That's better, right?
Maybe in between.
The top is a link to Reddit.
Perfect.
So it's a movie poster porn subreddit.
Oh,
so
nice.
Every hour or so, it just shows me like a new movie poster, and then I have my movie apps, streaming apps.
What is that?
It is so there's another Reddit app called Apollo.
Okay.
And they already have a widget installed. Reddit does not. So it's just a widget for Apollo, and
it shows you movie posters.
It will show you any subreddit.
Oh, so it's showing posts or images?
So since the post is an image, it shows an image.
Interesting.
So they have like there's a lot of different choices for the widgets. So like it's post or group of posts or wallpaper is an option. But I don't know how that works if it's not a picture. And then my next page is the movies subreddit. So I have like the big news item, and then like IMDb and my like movie news.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Page, and then I'm gonna have like a Cuba Rebels page with like the calendar and like everything.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
So, and then I'll have like a gaming page also. So I'm working on it. It's not great at all.
I have my phone's
it's
been
still fun.
My phone is in the same state it's roughly been in since inception, with a few tweaks here and there. I'm ready to like make a big evolution in terms of how I think about my phone, how I use it. I'm gonna have space finally. Like, I want this thing to actually assist me and not just be a time thing that I go into.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off, but
oh, you will. There's endless possibilities now.
I'm excited. Like, yeah, it feels like everybody can make their custom phone. I almost want to just make a bunch of funny ones to post. Like, see what you can create, kind of a thing.
I want a whole subreddit dedicated to it. I wonder if
Yeah, exactly. Though, just of different kind of phone configurations.
There's an iOS 14 subreddit, and it has 4,200 members. That's pretty decent.
That's probably going to be not just people posting cool homepages, though. That'll probably be part of it, but it's going to be like news and.
It seems to be mostly homepages.
Oh, is it really cool?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is actually awesome.
No, that's really good.
And it's cool to get ideas that way too. Check out the iOS 14 subreddit, people, if you're interested.
How are you liking your?
Especially if you. My phone?
Especially if you.
What'd you ask?
I'll ask it after. You said especially if you.
Especially if you don't have an iPhone and you want to be a little bit jealous, I guess. I don't know.
And then I said, how are you liking your phone?
I love my phone. Every phone I have, I think it's like the best phone ever, but
Which one is it again?
This is the XR?
10R?
10R, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need a new phone. It's perfect. I don't need anything else from it. Like I guess the camera could be better, but I don't care.
Yep.
It's just perfect.
Even
if they came out with a new phone this year, I don't think I'd want it.
I fully expect my next phone to be my phone for
a long time.
This was 4 years, so maybe 6 years. I think it'll last even longer.
I feel like you've had this phone longer than that even.
My phone?
Yeah.
I think it's been 4 years.
Because it's what, a 7, right?
7, yeah. The world was a very different place when this phone came out.
Completely.
This was the cutting edge thing. The camera could stabilize. And now I look at my pictures compared to Maya's on her 10S, and I'm just like, damn. But it's like another month. It's not long.
Are they coming out with a new one?
Oh, yeah, the 12 Pro. You're getting the 12 Pro, bro.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you want me to tell you everything about it? It hasn't been announced, but I could tell you everything about it.
Really?
Yeah.
It hasn't. Okay, so it hasn't been announced.
No.
Okay. So is the iPhone 12 the current one? I'm not even up to date.
11.
I haven't followed at all.
11 is the latest iPhone.
So it's going to be called the 12 Pro? Or there's going to be a 12 and a 12 Pro?
There's going to be a 12 mini apparently too.
I'm seeing that right now. I don't know what to make of this.
12 mini, 12, 12 Pro, 12 Max. 12 Pro Max. You'll be able to get any type of iPhone plus SE. I'm assuming they're
I'm
keeping
intrigued
the
by
SE.
a 12 mini. I don't want a smaller phone, but I want to know what that looks like.
So many people want a small phone. It's crazy. I'm not judging, but I think the market is big enough. But there are people that when they went from 5 to 5S, or was it 4S to 5? Which one?
4 to 5. 4 to 5.
4S to 5.
Yeah.
Was the extra row of icons?
Yes.
And people lost their mind.
Yeah.
People are like, this is horrible. It was the perfect size before, and I was always like, what are on? But I'm large, and other people are small.
I would not want anything bigger than what I currently have.
Yeah, I'm not getting the Max. I'll just get the 6.1 inch, I think.
But I mean, even this mini has more lenses than my phone has.
It's supposed to have. Well, at least the Pros are supposed to have a LiDAR. So it'll be
what?
3 cameras and a LiDAR sensor, like a laser.
What is that?
It's like lasers.
Oh, I already did that, like mapping and stuff, like facial mapping, or
I don't know. No, on the back camera. I honestly have no idea.
Weird.
Maybe for depth detection. It's like ray tracing. I have a couple more show and tell items.
Okay. Yeah.
So I sold my original game. Obviously, we know Super Mario 3D All-Stars came out recently. I don't think I not talked about that. I've got that right here. And
nice.
This was always going to be a big deal for me because Mario 64 was my first game. And I played it with my grandma.
Yeah.
And I was like, crap. Like, how am I gonna... I got to do something. And so we were seeing her. And I think it was the last day of this batch that we saw her, and I had a little day out with her, just like picking stuff up. And we picked it up from Best Buy, and we came over here, and I put it on the Switch, and I had been like imagining this moment. All these years.
Did you tell her?
All these years later. I didn't hype it up. I think I told her like maybe close. like that they were doing it, but I didn't really hype it up. I just wanted to just to do it. And so I brought her over and we put it in, and I didn't know what I was going to I was always like, I'll play it again just like when I was a kid. We'll recreate that. And I was sitting there and I was like, what did she say? We were just talking about it. And I was saying how I was 4 years old when this came out, which is just insane. And she's like, how did you do this when you were 4?
Yeah, that is insane.
She was always saying like how she was amazed, and I was like, I struggled. Like that's what I remember. And she said I would just do it over and over and over and over until I mastered it. Like that was It's so weird to hear that from her perspective.
Which is what I've witnessed watching you play games, but like you master things much quicker. You master everything you do in video games that I've watched. But like you get it so quick now, and it makes sense now knowing you started when you were 4.
I've been honing my skills. I'm terrified of Souls games. I haven't jumped into that yet, but it's coming. It's coming, and we're gonna see how I respond to it and how I feel about it. But she also got me. Oh no! Let me finish this real quick. So we were sitting there and fired it up, and I had this. I think I loaded into Super Mario 64, and I was like, she was like, I could never do that. I never could figure this out. And I handed her the controller, and I was like, play. Yeah. And I helped her. Yeah. And it was like it was a cool parallel. And I didn't even realize, and it was a cool moment. And I managed to like hint at Maya, and she got up and she got some really cool pictures.
That's awesome.
And like, given everything that's happened this year, like I'll have that moment. I mean, like, you know, I don't know how much. Yeah. And that was
that's super special. Like, cause like that's cool. Where gaming started for you, right?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't anything crazy hype. I was like, I could do a video and and I was like, no, I just want to have this nice moment.
Yeah,
and we didn't play for very long. She managed to hop around to the first.
Maybe you don't have distinct memories of when you were 4, but you've always remembered playing that game with her when you were that young, and you'll always remember this moment too.
One memory.
Yeah.
And on one of the levels, running down a hill and seeing something and being like, nope, I'm not going down there. And then like turning the game off. And like needing to work up courage to like go back and complete that. That's like the one distinct moment, like in my head, like sitting there, that moment of nope. I still remember that.
That's so funny.
And so now that I created that super long tangent, she also got me Mario Galaxy, but I sold the game. But I kept the launch free commemorative launch coin.
You have the coin?
Oh yeah, I saved it. It's like a whole like
it's
pack.
Oh, cool.
It's very cool.
Is it a steelbook? What is that?
Well, this is cardboard. No, look, it even comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Dope. Why did you sell the game?
Money. Right? Yeah. I know. It kills me. But I saved this. This was like
that's awesome.
This is like proof that I had the game, kind of a thing. Oh yeah, it kills me. It kills me that I sold it, but
so I didn't realize the game is sold out now. 3D All Stars physically is sold out. I didn't realize I could still buy it digitally
until March.
Right, but I need to do that because I want to play Mario 64.
There will be more stock if you want to get it physically.
You think?
Yeah, they're not throwing that money away. They'll have them for Black Friday minimum.
Okay.
It's the numbers it's done is insane. How much it's sold.
And then did you say you're getting All Stars just also or no?
All Stars
or whatever it's called. What's the 2D All Stars or whatever it's called? Am I tripping?
Yeah. Bless you.
I thought there was another game bundle that they made. What am I talking about?
Mario 3D World is coming out in February.
Let's see. Nintendo Direct. Let's see here.
Mario, the original Mario All Stars is on Switch Online.
No. It was right after the Mario 35 weird like battle royale thing.
The Game and Watch?
No.
Not Mario 3D World and plus Bowser's Fury?
Super Mario All Stars. Yeah. So
the Super Nintendo game that's on Switch Online?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Because it's Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, 3, and the Lost Level. Okay, I was just wondering what it was.
Yeah.
So it's not a buyable thing.
No.
It's a bundle that's on their like.
It's a game. No, they made that game on Super. There's a cart that they came out with called Super Mario All Stars on Super Nintendo, and it's how a lot of people played those first Mario games. They even redid all the graphics, which is why people thought this one would be remade.
Right. Are you happy it wasn't?
So I did want to talk about that because this was leaked early this year. This has been one of those things burning the back. I can't believe it's sitting over there. It's been burning the back of my head all year, and knowing we would have seen it at E3 and not getting to know. And people hyped up the remake. They're like, they're going to fix this, redo it. And having gotten Crash and Spyro and now Tony Hawk and just so many remakes, I was like, they're going to do it. And then there was always that part of me that was like, it won't feel right. Like it won't be the same. And to be
just being different at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the truth is, like, that art style is timeless. In terms of the graphics, I'll say. Now they updated some of the textures, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
That really is, it's just kind of clean. The only thing I wish they fixed was the camera, because it's pretty bad.
Yeah. It still functions the exact same way.
Mm-hmm. The right stick is the C stick, so it's moving the camera on a grid.
Gotcha. Instead of just like panning around smoothly. Yeah.
And so somebody like for me, it's fine. I grew up with that, but like someone who's never played it, and I thought of you, I'm curious. You should still play it. It's still an incredible game.
I will. But
you'll probably hit some spots that make you go, because we have perfect cameras now.
Right. So what is it like? Because Tony Hawk, the remake, and it looking the way it does now is awesome. Yeah. Right. Like, but so like, what is it that makes a game so nostalgic that you don't want to change, or, just nostalgic enough to where like you want it to look modern?
So if I reference Spyro and Crash, those were PlayStation games. PS1 games don't really hold up. They looked really good. They were really impressive at the time. And even looking back, like how impressive they were, it's still like, you wouldn't be like, no, that sucked. Like they were what they were.
Yeah.
You gotta update the graphics for a number of reasons. And I would argue even Tony Hawk too, especially the fact that the first two Tony Hawk games like didn't have all the controls either. Like that weren't fleshed out until 4.
Yeah.
Nintendo always makes their art styles timeless. Usually. I would say
it doesn't feel like it's a limitation, it's like a choice.
Yeah. It's designed very intentionally. I've watched a couple good videos that explain it much better than I'm doing on YouTube. I want to say Game Maker's Toolkit is the YouTube channel. And he goes into this about like art styles. Yeah. And it's because they don't do it realistic. And they're not trying to push like the highest fidelity.
Yeah.
They're going for style. And they nail it every time. That's why even the original Super Mario Brothers still looks good.
And when you do stuff like that, like the game will never get old. It will always hold up. Like when you go back and play it, like you'll still feel that like warm feeling again, instead of being like, oh, this is bad. Like after playing the new Tony Hawk, if you went back and played, I'm sure you would still have fun playing, Tony Hawk 1, but it would look terrible.
I fired it up. It's clunky.
Yeah.
It's still fun to play it for nostalgia's sake. And, this is something I've been like so torn with the PS5 and no backwards compatibility. I have a PS3 It doesn't play PS2 games, but like I love my PS3, so I can play all my PS3 games. I'm gonna replace my PS2 and just use that as my PS2 and PS1.
Yeah.
And if they remake the games and they're beautiful, I will play it on PS5. The current big rumor is that they're remaking the first Metal Gear Solid that was on PlayStation 1.
It's cool to me because like I don't have any frame of reference for those games. I'm really not interested in them, even though I know people love them. I'm sure they're great.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna jump in now.
No.
Like,
I did.
I remember when
and
5
hard.
What was the most recent one?
5
is the most recent one, right? And when was that?
2 years ago. 16, 17.
So it was 5. And my friend was telling me like how much he was loving. He's like, bro, you got to get this game. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna play Metal Gear Solid 5. I might play 1.
Yeah.
Or, or like I'll play Resident Evil. This is a bad example.
RE2
I'll play
remake.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
I'll jump in with your like what you are remaking and saying I should start with. And then if I like it, I'll continue from there. But like I'm not gonna play 7. I'm not gonna play 8. Hell no, I'm not playing 8.
I don't think I will either. But you're hitting the nail right on the head in terms of like why this stuff matters. And a lot of PS1 games, they just need to be redone. And they're so good that they deserve it. So I really hope this rumor is true.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I went back and I did go through it. I tried to go through all of them. I did the first one. I played most of it. And then I watched the end.
The first Metal Gear game?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then I fired up Metal Gear Solid 2 and the controls were clunky and I just didn't want to figure it out. I was like, nah, too difficult. I one day probably still will, and we'll see what they do. That may be an avenue to get back in, but there's other PS1 games that will never be remade that I still want the ability to play.
Right.
So I'm dedicated long term to getting all the consoles and collecting like some classic games.
Stuntman.
Which we
that was PS2, right?
Which we still need to beat, yeah. You know what? So the other thing I actually had, which I put them in the cases, but was I saved 2 memory cards.
Oh wow.
So I have memory cards and I don't know what's on these things. And I really want to get a PS2 and like see what's on there.
See what it reads. Yeah. That's awesome.
I could have all my
those
old Tony
8
Hawk
megabyte
people.
memory cards.
8
maybe 16.
8 megabytes. Terabyte expansion
dude.
card is coming out on Xbox for $220.
That is unbelievable.
And it's about the same size.
Technology is wild, dude.
It really is, and we're living through it. We've really lived through a, without realizing it, golden, crazy age of gaming. I see these kids post and they talk about like, you can't blame them, but damn.
I mean, Greg posted today on his story, he got some like controller holder thing for his phone to play Game Pass or whatever.
xCloud.
xCloud.
Yeah.
Like his phone is literally like a freaking PSP now. And can play any Game Pass game, right?
Yeah.
On his phone.
I need them to figure it out on iPhone.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited I'm getting the new iPhone. It'll be perfect. And then Apple's being a jerk. So
yeah.
There's a coalition. There's a coalition for the App Store that's starting against Apple to get this fixed.
That's good.
So we'll see what happens.
Are they the new PlayStation? Because PlayStation wasn't necessarily playing nice with people also, like, not that long ago, so...
And they're still doing some shady stuff.
Oh, yeah, but they've given in in some areas.
Did you hear what they're doing about Spider-Man upgrade to PS5?
No.
So you'll be able to play Spider-Man PS4 on PS5, but it will be like the PS4 Pro version.
Is this that, like, Legacy collection or whatever that we saw?
Legacy collection?
That like PlayStation Plus like collection of games that you can play on PS5. Oh,
no. Those are if you don't own those games, you get those games through PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
All games will be backwards compatible. They're adding a couple things to.
Is that true?
Huh?
All games will be backwards compatible?
They said 99%, yeah. So there'll be some weird one-offs that you can't play. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Digitally, you're talking about?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
How did I not know that this was a thing? I thought that they had said like
Mark Cerny announced that in March.
I thought he announced that like the top 100 PlayStation games or whatever would be playable on
Would be
PS5.
optimized.
I really thought not that long ago we were wondering what the backwards compatibility thing was going to be.
Yeah, if they would also include 3, 2, and 1, which they've confirmed not. And the other thing we were wondering is, are they going to give us PS5 versions for free? So if I buy Cyberpunk on PS4, they're gonna give tweaks for that version on PS5. Some quick basic upgrades. They're also building a next gen version, and we will get that for free. Right. A lot of games are getting this. So it's been waiting. What is Sony gonna do with their first party games? We bought them. We're going to get to play them through backwards compatibility, but are you going to give us all the good upgrades? Yeah. And what we're seeing is no. Spider-Man, they are doing a upgrade to it. More people, more cars, some new assets, 3 new suits, and locking it behind a $20 upgrade in the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. So you get Miles Morales for $50, and then for $70, you get Spider-Man Remastered.
Do you have to buy Miles Morales to get it?
Yes. You can't upgrade your current version. You can't buy it on its own.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it really is a $70 upgrade. You get a smaller game along with it, but
it's not great.
Wow.
I'm not happy with this personally. Give it to us for free. Everyone's like, why do you expect neither not do voices. But why do you expect them to just give it to you for free? Because there's precedent? Because I've paid for it? People had to work to do that. And I'm just like, okay, but then CD Projekt is also making a next gen version of The Witcher 3 from 2015 and giving that to us for free. If you just bought the base PS4 game, you get that for free years later. And
so it's up to the publisher
every single time. Yeah.
Okay.
Xbox, you get all the upgrades for free for all of their games. That's been their thing.
Yeah.
And so while it's justified and you see people justifying it by certain angles, I personally think it's not a good look. It's greedy. And considering I bought this.
Yeah.
I don't want to give
buying
you
your $500 console
and $50 Miles Morales. Like, I'm already gonna buy your new game, and you're just gonna cheat me out and make me pay $20.
It should come with the game for free, or you could pay $20 to upgrade it if you don't want to get the new game.
And they're targeting new owners. They're targeting people that didn't buy it on PS4, and the people that want to just do it.
So, okay, but if you didn't own it before and you pay $70, you get both Miles Morales and the full Spider-Man game, right? Okay. So it's not just an upgrade fee. It is the game.
Yeah.
So it's like when Destiny at the end of the year has their like $20 bundle of everything they've ever done. I'm like, I paid $60 for each expansion. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's actually not that at all, but
I know what you mean.
That does piss me off.
And all I was thinking was, no, I want a PS5 version of God of War, and I don't want to pay you another $1 for it.
Right.
Like, just give me that. Then I'll buy your next game. Like, I pay PlayStation Plus. Like, give it to us for PlayStation Plus owners. Give us.
Sounds like they really want to push people to buy Miles Morales. So maybe if there isn't another game to bundle it with for God of War, maybe they'll give it to you on that one. Who knows?
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But I platinumed it. I got everything out of that game that I could have. So I'm just gonna get regular Miles Morales. And if they want to figure out a way to give me an upgrade later for in a more reasonable manner, I will take that. But I don't think I'm gonna buy it on PS5.
You don't have a reason to play it more.
Huh?
But you don't have a reason to play it more. Like you said, you did everything.
And I'll play it in backwards compatibility mode if I have to. And that'll still be an upgrade over the way I played it, because it'll be the PS4 Pro. It'll be 4K. It'll still look better. It won't have more cars and stuff. But like, I'm playing Miles. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go back to Spider-Man. 3 new suits. Right. Whoop-de-doo. You gave us like 50. Like, I don't need 3 more suits. I will play Spider-Man 2 and get that full experience when that incredible game comes out.
Yep.
Did I get you when I pulled this up?
Oh, it's in there. The statue's in there.
I sat it there with the blue
even
just
realize.
peeking out of the corner
I'm
right
so
here.
sorry. I didn't mean it.
So I sneakily sat it here in the corner with just the blue poking out.
I have seen the blue corner the entire time. I'm like, what is that? Because it looked like it had like sparkles to it,
Yeah.
and it was like a screen. Oh my god! So for anyone who is maybe jumping into our podcast at episode 46, early on in the show, like maybe first 5 episodes, you had told me to play and beat Spider-Man. And then we would open up the statue that you got with your Ultimate Edition or whatever it was called.
Collector's Edition.
And first of all, it took me forever to play and beat the game. Finally did, and I loved it. But when I did, you didn't have the statue. It was in storage, and then all this happened, and it wasn't as easy to go to storage, but have it.
I finally made a storage run, so that's why I grabbed those other games. I brought God of War, I brought Uncharted, so that they're all here and safe now.
I want to see it.
And I brought Spider-Man. So
please let me see it.
Should I change my camera, or should I just open it up and then? Okay.
Just open it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. Here, I'll open it up.
So excited, dude.
Okay.
So is this the statue that opens, or is that the God of War one?
Opens?
Doesn't the statue like open and have like a compartment or something?
No.
No, neither one of those do.
I don't believe so. This is.
I thought there was something inside of one of your statues. Yeah.
So it comes in this box. Here, let me try this. So it comes in this box.
See, I know I'll never get it, but like I want something like that for Sly. Like I want, like I got my SpongeBob statue. I want a Sly statue so bad. And if they did a $350 bundle where you get Sly, Murray, and Bentley statues, I would pay for it.
There you go.
And I want that.
Yeah, you would need to get that. So this gen is looking good for, I think, Jack and for Sly.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing Ratchet right off the bat. We've gotten so much. The Demon Souls, like, it just feels like the time is right to remake Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
So,
get a new audience into it, you know, and then maybe make a new game or a movie or something, whatever they want to do.
Sick.
It's really sick, yeah.
So it has that, and then it's the spider on the back.
Spider-Man is the coolest.
He really is. So I'm gonna set this down. I'm gonna take this top off.
Always gotta take the top off.
Move over here.
This was a good beer, by the way.
Nice. Oh yes, I always remember. So they put this on the top. They warned us, everybody, about this beforehand. So I bought this. I had to get my game out and like not look.
Yeah.
Warning: contains spoilers. Do not open until story complete.
I remember, and that's why you didn't ever show me until I played the game.
Until you played the game. Oh, I now have 3 of these. Little art book.
Why do you have 3?
I have a Last of Us and an Uncharted one.
Not 3 Spider-Man ones.
No, 3 of these little art books.
Cool.
So, hey, this is a throwback to our original videos that we started the channel with when we used to do unboxings.
Yep.
Exactly. It's so small, but it's like a really good size.
Oh,
so we're gonna go.
What?
We're gonna go around this one at a time. So we've got Spider-Man on the top. This is like literally spoils everything. So we've got his hand is on Rhino.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to get that shown. His hand is on Rhino.
You've got the scorpion tail.
The giant scorpion tail and the Doc Ock
oh, that's sick.
Tentacles. And then if we go around this way, we've got vultures.
Wings.
Jetpack wings. And let's see if there's any other ones.
There's gotta be, right? They gotta have all 6, no?
There's a sword.
Not
even, is that Taskmaster? I don't know.
So is there an Electro something?
Electro. I think that there's some kind of coil in here or something.
And then, so what in the game?
Oh, this is Electro.
Is it?
I think, and then this.
And then the wings are on the bottom.
The wings are Vulture.
Dope. Okay.
So that's what it is. That's Electro.
So that's 4.
Sinister
And
6,
then
right? So
right.
there should be.
Was Mr. Negative, was he part of the Sinister Six in this game?
That's a good point. I'm
Or
not
was he
sure.
like something else?
Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
What
Who would number 6 be?
are you counting the sword?
Yeah, I don't know who the sword is. That's weird.
I feel
Sorry,
like
I
an
know I'm
idiot.
like all over the place here, but there it is. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Spider-Man and Marvel,
Yes.
don't know if you heard. I'm sure you did.
The new date
That
next December.
freaking Marvel movies, man,
I'm
are
hyped.
just getting. It's a good thing because I guess let me look up real quick. Box office. I want to see what the numbers are for Tenet because it was kind of the canary in the coal mine. I feel like for how is a big motion picture gonna do
In this.
in theaters.
Yeah.
It has made 251 million worldwide,
That's good.
which is not terrible considering. I feel like Tenet absolutely would have been $1 billion movie though.
Oh wow. That's
I
intense.
think maybe not. Maybe like 700 or 800.
Hey, maybe that's a good thing then. People didn't waste their money on a not so good movie.
True. But yes, unfortunately, Black Widow and Eternals have both been pushed back. Black Widow has been pushed back to
May?
May of 2021. Eternals to
November.
I think November, December of 2021, which are both a year back from what they were originally going to be.
Shang-Chi is still July.
Shang-Chi is now going to be July, or still going to be July, which is going to be before Eternals now, which it was not intended to be. And
Spider-Man?
also
Sorry.
Wonder Woman got pushed back again.
Yeah.
I think it was going to be December. Let me just be up on this. So they were upcoming, like movies are opening, theaters are opening again, and it seemed like these movies were going to be coming out soon, but no longer. Wonder Woman is now. Oh no.
It was June.
Oh no, now it's December 13th. Okay, so it's still coming up.
Oh, they pushed it. Okay, they're keeping it in December.
I've heard December 13th or December 25th, but
Christmas.
Considering how many times these movies have been pushed, like, I don't think those are final dates still.
Just keep it going.
Remember when Fast and Furious 9 got pushed an entire year, like not long into when all this happened?
Yeah, they
were
were
like, what?
We were just like, whoa, they really just jumped. It's because they can't.
But now
it has to be huge.
They're gonna come out like before some of these other movies.
If it doesn't get pushed again.
If it doesn't get pushed again, right? But
you know the game came out, right?
Yeah.
So bad.
Oh yeah. Vin Diesel is an interesting person.
Yes, he is. Another interesting thing. I don't know if they're people. Do you follow Fall Guys on Twitter?
No, I don't follow anyone on Twitter. I mean, my account follows people, but I don't look at Twitter.
So they have an infamous Twitter account.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if infamous, but it's they have 1 million followers now, so it's pretty big.
Wow.
So some people, no, this was the first thing. They posted an official height of Fall Guys, like how tall they are.
That's awesome.
Have you seen it?
No.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, I do.
First, how big do you think they are?
How big do I think it should be?
No, yeah, just don't try to overthink it or go around what you think I'm gonna say. Just like how
I
big?
would think they go up to my knee. So 2 feet? Maybe that's about what they are. I don't know. I don't want them to be any bigger than that. I'll say.
No, we're sticking with
them
that.
like minions. I think of them like minions, which would maybe be like up to my hip.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say 3 feet. I'll say 3.
Okay. Fall Guys, this is official.
Yeah.
Like this is legitimate official.
I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
6 feet tall.
No, that's what I was afraid of. I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
And it drove everyone insane. So
That's awful.
they've been filling out the
No.
lore of of that, and yeah, they're big guys. They're big things.
Oh,
So all other pieces of lore just that I've
makes
picked up is
cosplays super easy.
that's true. So they live in this universe. This is just an alternate universe. They're literally popped into existence, and their entire existence is to compete. And they fall,
Yeah.
and then they poof, and they compete again. And they're just always ready to compete, and that is their
They don't
existence.
die.
They don't die. They don't even feel pain. That's why they put slime so that it doesn't hurt. And they go in the slime, and then poof, and they're ready to compete again. And that's
Okay.
all they do.
All right. I like it.
I told you this Twitter account is crazy. So
That's so funny.
you know people like to do fan art.
Oh yeah.
So some people have started making some anatomy
Mm.
of Fall Guys.
No, oh wait. Okay, yeah, never mind.
This I do not believe is confirmed, but it's very upsetting.
Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Oh, we're looking at a picture of its skeleton and it's awful.
It's really
Oh,
awful.
it curves so much.
Big stretched arms,
That is
giant
some serious
hands,
scoliosis going on.
and somebody even made a GIF, which they retweeted, of like it started with a person strapped to like a conveyor belt, and they go through one thing, and then they're like messed up, and then they go through another thing, and they're stretched out, and then they go through another thing, and they're in the costume, and then they go through another thing, and they have the face on.
I really don't want them to have skeletons.
I don't think the anatomy isn't official. The height is official,
That's so funny.
but it's very much like that Cars thing I showed you.
With the eye or
The person
yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's been some Fall Guys stuff going on.
You gotta imagine they're gonna make Fall Guys pops at some point, right?
Yeah, they have to.
But like, I love this,
Yeah.
my little baby Yoda, because he's a little small, but he's almost real size.
Yeah.
Right? They can't make a life size Fall Guys pop now.
Mascots.
Man. Yeah.
Full circle. Full
Yes,
circle.
The whole league should have Fall Guys, but then dress them up how they feel like.
Wait, who should?
Whatever sports league, every team should have their mascot be a Fall Guy, but they can dress it up how they want.
God, that would be good.
Or if they do a new sport.
I was gonna say we need a full circle, and I want people to dress up in Fall Guys costumes and do the obstacle courses in real life.
Yeah, it should also be a show.
It'd be a
like
show.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Oh, like a Masked Singer type of show where you don't know who's in the suit.
God, that would be
Or
funny.
maybe if you do know who's in it, you can root for them more. But like they can dress it up how they
No,
want.
you dress-
can pick your one that you want.
Yeah, you do it based on how they're dressed. You don't
Yeah.
know who it is.
Yeah, and then they have like an obstacle course. They pare them down at each time, and then you find, dude, yes, that would be amazing.
They should
That
make a.
is what Fall Guys needs. Like they could make it.
They
big
should
with that.
make a video game of that to go with it.
What would they call it though?
Guys falling.
Sounds dumb, honestly.
Just so
Sounds
that-
like something I haven't played in forever and don't really want to play anymore.
It kind of really faded away, huh?
Yeah, I don't care about it.
Yeah, like I noticed that the other day. I was like, I was like so dead set on finishing season 1 and like getting everything, and now I'm just like, nah.
Mostly because I just found it frustrating. Like, and
So
I'm not trying to say, I'm not saying the game is bad because I suck. I'm not saying that at all.
yeah,
But getting to the final so many times and just failing utterly over and over and over again, I don't want to go through that anymore.
so that is their objective. They do not ever want you to feel comfortable. Like they have said that their development goal is not for you to like figure it out and then be able to do it. If people figure it out, we will change it.
Yeah.
And we will
And I respect
make you like fall and die. But season 2, I don't think you must not have watched the season 2 trailer.
No.
It was at an event. And it looks hype.
I'm not saying I'm done forever, but you know,
I don't want to be a professional Fall Guys player.
like Dr. Lupo.
It may have gotten too big too fast.
I was at Gamescom. Wow.
But
Wait, this was 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
How is it so soon?
It's
When does
not,
season 2 start?
It was a tease, not for a while.
Okay.
But they teased some stuff, and you're gonna be happy. I'll say that much.
Really? I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, you're
I'm
gonna be
listening to it, but
And I knew you hadn't watched it because you would have said something.
yeah. What are they gonna make it easier for me?
No.
Is it costume related?
It's costume related.
Is it the wizard?
It may or may not be.
Yeah. Damn it. But do you have a pirate? Oh. Ooh.
I haven't figured out the pirate part yet.
What I want more than anything is I want a races only playlist. I don't want to play the other stupid games. I just want the races.
The fun of it is playing the stupid games, though.
No,
is getting to
not for me.
something.
I
It's
hate
getting
those
to
games.
something that like, yeah.
Yeah, the wizard's pretty awesome.
You want to still have agency. So they just posted another picture today that like there's a new game mode where you're gonna have to work with other people to move blocks to help you get up onto other platforms. Like it's gonna get even more like layers of
so like a race, but teamwork.
And actual like things, not just run forward. Like you're gonna have to like move stuff and like use
like
stuff.
Puzzles,
yeah.
That's cool.
So
that's cool.
I definitely think it's something that I don't want to like be in all the time. New update. Okay. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like it's gonna get better over time.
I think maybe new update is a good way to go because that's not gonna be super often. But like
no, well, and
if every couple weeks they add a new game mode, like all right, well yeah, let's play it.
And it may eventually get to a point though where they've figured out that balance, and it does click and it works and it's the best version of what it could be. We'll see if it gets there.
Because I mean, it is kind of the perfect Huber Hangout game.
Yeah,
you know.
It's chill.
Speaking of which, we do plan on having a revigorated schedule starting next week. So Mondays we will be doing a series of us watching and reviewing every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. We're going to do 2 per week and pick a winner, and then it will move on to a bracket style tournament of Arnold movies. That will be Rebels React on Mondays. I'm sure we'll also find a time to do Rebels React to shows like The Mandalorian and WandaVision whenever that comes out.
It got dated. There's a trailer.
There's a trailer.
I haven't watched it.
Doesn't have a date though. It just says coming soon.
Okay.
Which I think is soon.
Oh yeah,
because the trailer is very Halloween.
Oh wow.
Themed, so I'm thinking Halloween.
That would be amazing.
But also I've heard like why would they want to compete that with Mandalorian? But maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
Just double
Wednesdays
down.
will be Huber Hangouts. Ethan and I and maybe I'm sure friends will also join us to just play games and hang out and talk about random stuff. And then Fridays will be the podcast. Every Friday, and hopefully soon it will be live. We'll let you know once it's going to be consistently live.
We're getting back in. This is the ease back in catch-up episode.
Yes, ketchup. I love ketchup.
I also love ketchup and mustard. So you said you haven't been playing anything?
Just
I've been working through my you're not gonna finish anything if you just play Warzone all the time.
I know, man. Yeah, I gotta stop.
Don't have to stop.
I do. I do actually.
Just choose how much. So I've been playing a lot of GTA just to grind through, get dollars.
Yeah.
But like the second that was up, I just put it away. I'm like, I'm not even gonna turn you on again because it's just a time sink. Like the number, which is fine when it's whatever. There is something funny in GTA that I'm not gonna mention until we see it.
What is it? Related to?
I was randomly standing on the street and I heard this audio, and then I looked and there was a Mexican restaurant in the game that had what is the word? With the P, something with the P. Had like when you're next to it. It only works when you're next to it. I can't think of.
Proximity.
audio
Yeah. Yeah.
of like actually being next to the building, and it
Uh-huh.
tripped me out because I don't think I've ever heard that in GTA.
Okay.
And I want to go there and
Interesting.
show you because it was cool. It's still
Isn't the in and out is in that game, isn't it?
yeah, up and at 'em.
Right. So cool.
So I've been grinding GTA, making lots of dollars. I am at I actually have a sale to do when we're done, and that will put me over 9 million.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm about
You're
to
rich.
spend a lot of it.
That's good. That's what you're doing it for.
Yeah, and it's
And
really
then we'll do the heists, and we'll just get more money.
And it's really so that when we play, maybe on a hangout, we're gonna have some fun stuff to play around with. That's really why I'm playing GTA. It's not just so that I can just goof around. It's so that when we play, like we've got some toys to mess around with.
Yeah,
and there's some good toys.
That's cool.
Other than that, I beat a game on Game Pass because it was leaving. This is kind of what I used to do with Netflix. If something was leaving Netflix, I'd watch it. Like that.
It's a good way to like choose what to watch.
So, and this was a game that an indie game that I probably would have bought at some point. I looked it up. Thankfully, it was like the last day, and I had like 4 hours, and I was like, just sit down and do it and see, and it hooked me, and I finished it. Creature in the Well. Very weird, cool indie game. You're this robot in the desert, and it's like this. There's this machine that you have to wake up. And it's very straightforward. It's arcadey. You use a sword and like some kind of bat to move energy around and kind of like pinball, but it's
cool.
That was how it was pitched as like a pinball action game.
Yeah,
it's not really pinball though, but it's moving all this energy around and fighting stuff and going through puzzles. And I 100%ed it. So
cool
in like a few hours.
I like short games like that.
Yeah, I put them in between. They're palate cleansers. Knock a couple out.
Yeah.
And I needed one from the ultimate friggin' epic of Ghost of Tsushima.
Did you beat it?
I beat it.
Nice.
And I'm under an hour away from platinum.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, platinuming games like blows my mind.
Ghost has a really good platinum. You'll probably be close when you're done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Like from finishing the story, probably 2 hours to get the platinum.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like when it feels natural like that. You don't feel like you have to grind or,
Spider-Man wasn't bad, but it was I was grinding for sure.
But a lot of that stuff is really fun.
Yep.
Like it is fun to just fly around and like find the backpack or the like scientific puzzles. Like those are really fun mini games. So yeah, I mean it is a lot of extra unnecessary stuff that you have to do, but it is very fun.
That's not what I'm talking about. I did most of that throughout the game. Finding that stuff was fun.
Sure.
Having to go to every single area and like swing in, swing out, swing in, swing out. Okay, I got a crime to spawn. Okay, do that 4 times over. Okay, the crimes are done here. Go to the next. Swing in, swing out, swing in, swing out. Get the crime to stop. And it's all the same stuff over and 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 over.
Because you have to like 3-star every crime basically.
You have to complete 5 crimes in this area, 6 crimes in this area, 3 crimes in this area for every single area of the entire map, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the idea is you do that over the course of the game. Well, it didn't even make a dent hardly because there's like weird overlap. Regardless, it was worth it. And yeah.
But Ghost was good.
Ghost it's in my top 5 all time.
Nice.
Easily. Like not even
That's awesome.
Not even close. God of War, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario 64, Ghost of Tsushima.
Damn.
2 PS4 games. This generation has been absolutely bananas. And that was like at the end. I don't know what that 5th game is. Those are the 4 games that like come to mind though.
Well, I remember learning that you liked Horizon a lot more than I thought you did, but it's not top 5, right?
I love that game, but it's not like Ghost is the game I always wanted.
Yeah.
Or I've wanted for a long time. And they execute. Remember how I was kind of uneasy when we first talked about it? I was like, there's some stuff like no, it's perfect.
Cool.
Like maybe a little bit of a tweak, but what they did worked so well for this game. The number of cool things I've done
That's what
is
sequels are for.
ridiculous. Oh,
Yeah.
100% there needs to be a sequel. Like I just want them. I want to see what else they can do with this setting, with these controls, with this gameplay. It's the exploration. It's so. I haven't wanted to do every single thing in a game in a while. And it just begs for that to
I feel like
happen.
a lot of games in the future are gonna lend themselves to that. You know, like
they're getting better, refining it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
That's cool.
So one day you'll play it. Maybe when you don't play Warzone.
I'm glad exactly. I know. I'm glad I've played as much as I have, but I do need to finish it.
Yeah. I'm gonna play Ratchet next. The 2016 one. So it's not that long.
Yeah.
10 hours. Knock that
That's
out
decent.
in a couple weeks.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you played anything else?
I haven't played it yet, but I did get one other thing that I went back and forth. I know this is kind of a lot, but
what? Oh, hell yeah.
I had to. I was on the fence and I was like,
I'm so glad you got that.
I have to have this forever. Mamba forever. Kobe in the 8 jersey. This is the steelbook from Best Buy. This is really what I wanted.
Amazing.
I'm not even going to play it on PS4. I have my digital code for PS5, but this is what I wanted.
What's the back? Okay.
That's why it's
so cool.
It's just like the custom Best Buy steelbook, and it's Kobe dunking the ball, number 8, and I just needed to have that on my shelf.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I got a lot of shit.
Yeah, we all do. We collect a lot of things over the years.
I know.
I watched a couple movies real quick of note. 2 Disney Plus movies.
Ooh.
One of them was Mulan. You and I have spoken about this, but not on content, I don't think.
Shouldn't have laughed because I haven't seen it.
I can't say it's a bad movie. It is a bad Mulan remake.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's a crime to change it in the ways that they did, and as much as they did. I did not really enjoy it. I think it's average.
Yeah.
For a movie. But man, it just because I watched the original Mulan like the day or two before, just to refresh it in my mind.
That was probably
I
made it
that
even
in
worse.
A long time. Well, if that's what you're going up against, then it needs to. I wanted it to be fresh in my mind, and it doesn't work.
That's in contention with my favorite Disney movie.
It's up there for me for sure. Yeah.
That and Tarzan.
However,
I think they were back to back.
I did watch another Disney Plus movie called The One and Only Ivan.
Oh.
Gorilla and some other animals who are in like a mall zoo kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston's like a kind of circus ringleader kind of guy, and he like brings all these animals out. I mean, the place that these animals are living in is obviously not good. He's not cruel to the animals. He loves these animals, but he's not keeping them in a good place. The animals all have voices, not to the humans, obviously, but they communicate with each other. I loved it. I thought it was great. I don't think it's for everybody.
I heard. Did you cry? I think that was what I heard. Cry? People.
I probably got close. It's very touching.
There's animals that'll cry.
It's very good. Yeah. So I highly recommend that. Don't watch Mulan. Don't pay for Mulan.
I was always
you have to do that to watch it.
Having A-list, I was planning to boycott this movie.
Right, even being free. Yeah.
You think I'm paying $30?
No.
$30 and you don't get to own it. Or I'm sorry, $30 and you get to own it as long as you have Disney Plus, which means you're renting it until it's on Disney Plus.
In which case, yeah.
No, that you're renting it until it's on Disney Plus, and they word it in a way to not make that obvious.
Yep. Yeah, it's. I get it. They have to make their money back on it, but it's a weird movie to do it with.
I'm happy that this happened.
Black Widow would have made a lot more money.
I would have paid,
and I think I heard it did do well, considering. But
Yeah.
Yeah, watch The One and Only Ivan. Good movie. I like it a lot.
I'll add that one to my is it what do they call it on my list? My watch list?
Yeah, watch list, yeah.
Um there I don't even know how long it's been since we talked about this,
Yeah.
but we finished all of Nathan For You.
Did you really? God, I still have a season left.
We finished it
Last
in
time
like
we talked, you hadn't watched any of it.
yeah, and we finished it within 3 weeks.
It's great, right?
At least that. Like we became obsessed and we watched it multiple times a day.
I love that show, dude. I still have to watch the last season. For something about the first episode of season 4 where he like goes and recaps like old stories, like kind of like it didn't scare me, but I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like I want to take a little break.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what we did.
And I want to come back. I gotta finish season.
We took a day off. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, his awkwardness
so good.
Is so amazing. Like it kills me.
Well, here, this is perfect. So I wanted to check in and see where you were. We will talk about it when you finised it.
Okay.
And we'll really talk about it because we could talk. I could talk about it for a while.
I'll finish it. Yeah. All
All
right. Next week will be the Nathan For You episode.
I'm so down. Maya
it's
is
so good
on the same page as me too.
Get her on and talk about it too.
I actually that would be good because she would enjoy talking about it.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that show on a podcast. And I was like, sounds weird. Didn't even look it up. Didn't even like fully understand what it was that they were talking about.
Yeah.
But when I heard it again, I was like, let me see. And I watched the first episode. I'm like, oh yeah, this is for me, 100%.
We also started watching a show that I've made comments about in the past.
What?
Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I want to
giving it a fair shot.
Huh?
I figured you weren't giving it like a fully fair shot.
Yeah, and I always felt bad about what I was saying. I knew I was wrong. I don't know why I said that. And I wanted to like it was because I never started at the beginning. So what I said was really how I felt, but it wasn't like you said. It wasn't
grounded.
Yeah, you got to know the characters. You got to start from the beginning with the characters. And people are always like, "Let me show you this random episode of Seinfeld of this amazing funny show," and I'm just like, I don't get it.
What's the character dynamics and like how do they relate to each other?
Yeah, you got to build that up.
Yeah,
it's a huge part. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. We are not watching it a lot, mainly because you have to watch 90 seconds of commercials, watch them do stand up, watch 90 seconds of commercials, watch some show, watch 90 seconds of commercials, watch some show, watch 90 seconds of commercials, watch credits, watch 90 seconds of commercials.
Was it on?
Hulu. But I will be upgrading. I'm going to get that probably this weekend. I have Hulu tied to my Spotify, but we're going to get Spotify Duo. And then
what is that?
For couples.
Okay.
For 2 people.
I didn't know Hulu and Spotify were tied to each other.
Yeah, you get free Hulu with Spotify Premium. But you can't upgrade it like to the no ads version.
Right.
So I'm going to do Spotify Duo and then get us Hulu without ads.
Cool.
Because we've been actually watching a lot of Hulu.
Yeah. There's good stuff on there.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
There's one other show we got hooked on. This Is Us.
That NBC show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
No.
Heard about it for years. My grandma watched it. She was obsessed with it. I think Brandon watched it. He told me about it. I've always heard about it. I always heard it was super, super depressing. And I was like, I don't want to watch another super, super depressing show that's just designed and engineered to be super, super depressing. But one of our friends, Laura and Chris, the ones who are also getting married, who we go to Vegas with and stuff and go on trips with, they recommended it. And I was reluctant. My grandma said she stopped watching because it got so sad. I was reluctant, but we finally started it and I'm obsessed.
Nice.
Did you ever watch Parenthood?
No.
It's like that. So now you have no reference.
See, for shows like that, like, I don't know how to describe this. Not like a AMC or like an HBO type drama show.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like a regular primetime, one of the 7 channels that comes on your non-cable box TV kind of show.
Yep.
And it's not comedy, I'm not gonna watch it. I feel like.
Normally, I would also agree. This show, I pretty quickly saw why you heard about it. It's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really good. I would recommend the first season just for that story arc alone.
I feel like I'll probably wait to watch it with somebody.
That's a good idea too. Yeah.
I may not watch. I don't think I'll watch it by
There's
myself.
no
But if I'm ever,
rush to watch it either.
If I'm ever with someone who wants to watch it, then maybe I'll do that.
Okay. You can watch it with me.
Okay. Damn. I really got suckered into that one.
That's never happening.
What was Lost on? What channel was Lost on?
ABC.
Damn. So I'm wrong.
It changed the game.
Yeah.
In terms of cinematic storytelling, I'm with you. I don't watch network television. I literally don't watch network television. I got burned on too many shows. Netflix is now network television. Make a season of a show, gone. Make a season of a show, gone. Make a season of a show, gone. Here's 4 more shows. I haven't.
But like,
there's some gems in there, and if something's good, they'll keep it. But I totally get
there's
you.
something about that show that's I guess maybe it's the fact that it has restrictions being a TV show. You know, like I like these streaming shows where it's like they can do whatever, whatever they want. You know, it's like they can make whatever they want.
Which is
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this show is any worse because they can't say certain things or whatever, but there's just something that like kind of pleases me more about those kind of shows.
Yeah.
What? I don't know, but like House of Cards, that was the first.
I get you.
Like streaming kind of show that I fell in love with. I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah, that one was one.
Like
that was one of the first ones that got like a
didn't
lot
make
of
this.
buzz.
Yeah, I couldn't stop watching that show. There was not a funny moment in it.
Yeah, it never made.
I can't stop watching this.
It never made me feel good.
Oh no, it's definitely gross. But
one other thing we were watching when we go over with my grandma. Now we have a new show, West Wing.
I do really want to watch West Wing. One of my best friends from high school has watched that show countless times.
It is a big old 90s hug.
Sure.
And I love it. And it has Rob Lowe.
Seeing that or
Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob Lowe.
I like him. Cool.
Nick Offerman popped up as a.
Are you serious?
As like a like a special guest, just a guest in an episode. He was just a character.
I didn't even know he was born then.
I heard his voice and I went, "What is going on?" And Rob Lowe is in it, but I don't even think they interacted. But that was funny. But yeah, the music, everything. It's also nice to see people that aren't trying to completely destroy our democracy. I'll just throw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and news radio, talk radio? No, the Newsroom.
Newsroom.
Another
on HBO.
90s.
That was.
Is that an older show though?
That's not an old show. Newsroom is Jeff Daniels, and it's like showing how a good news network would run or could run, something like that. Then there was News Radio, which was the comedy that took place in a radio station that I've possibly told you about. That's incredible.
You have, yeah. You just started that recently, and then I think there was.
No, I haven't watched. I haven't watched that.
I thought you did.
No, I haven't been watching. I don't. It's not on anything.
Okay. News radio is what I was thinking of. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. I'm kind of.
Oh, we're both rambling.
I've lost it. Should we wrap it?
Yeah, definitely wrap it.
All right. Well, hey, it's been a long one.
Yeah.
Apologies, but it's also been a long time since we did this. Apologies for that as well. We won't do that again. For a while, probably, at least. And like we said, we're gonna be back with more regularly scheduled content on a consistent schedule, hopefully. But if you have been watching, you can listen to us on your favorite podcast streaming service. If you've been listening, you can watch us on YouTube on the Hebrew Rebels channel, where we do other stuff like Rebels React and Hebrew Hangouts.
If you really are still here, thank you. Because that was a lot. And if you jumped,
we're pushing 2.5 hours.
If you jumped to the end, thanks for tuning in just to any of it. Please leave your feedback, any comments, any questions, anything you want us to talk about.
Just talk to us. we'll interact, we'll respond.
We will.
And like I said before, if you want to support us, you can support us on patreon.com/HuberRebels. We'll have some different tiers on there that you can join to get different levels of content, like extended shows and unseen videos that we used to do. Lots of unboxing videos that never got actually aired, so those will be on there.
I want to watch one.
Fortnite gameplay and stuff like that also is a possibility.
We ever gonna play Fortnite again?
If we ever
TBD.
I mean, even the Marvel season isn't.
They're remastering
me,
it for PS5 with ray tracing.
I saw the ray tracing, but that doesn't call me at all.
The only thing that somebody pointed out
kind
is
of like pairing with Rocket League and Fortnite right now, but again, couldn't care less.
What about if you can like now see people reflected?
What do you mean?
Like imagine you have your back.
Yeah.
Now there's literally reflections, so you can see
You can
people
see them coming up behind you.
coming up from behind you.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
But what if you're playing against somebody on PS4 who doesn't have reflections? Let us know what you think about that in the comments. We'll talk about it next week.
Interesting.
I saw someone post
seems
that.
game breaking.
Yeah.
I would say we'll play if there's ever a Star Wars season, which is
Obi-Wan.
definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility.
Yep.
But I've got nothing else. My name is Jordan.
My name is Ethan. We are the Huber Rebels.
Till next time.
Welcome to the rebellion.